I had just started the weary walk back from the stairwell. I'd been smoking Marlboro Reds, the only cigarette. It left a burn on my throat as the smoke traveled down to my lungs. It felt like something. There was substance, unlike sucking a light, which was much like drawing air through a straw. The harshness changed me. It made me feel. Anyway, the stairwell was the safest place in the building to smoke without some asshole telling me to put it out, reading me my rights, and then clamping on the moral shackles. I've moved a shade beyond morality. Now, I've just got to fight my ego and everyone else's. As I neared the room 272, I could hear a performance come to an end. Room 272 had excellent acoustics, especially for the end of someone's act. Sometimes it had to search a bit to get the right hollow sound, but it always did. That's what I liked about it. It seemed to be thinking. 272 had an undeniable life of its own, vitality. Unlike some of the larger places lent out to undergraduates who ran coffee houses and assembled people together to mend humanity's spiritual wounds, we all hoped we'd be the ones to change the world. Unbeknownst to ourselves, we were a part of something bigger, and quite possibly a part of the problem. I could hear the applause. It was weary. It was loud at first, the usual vigorous attempt that an audience obligatorily pushes out at a performer, enjoyed or not. But deep inside the apparent vigor of those hands impacting upon each other, there was a haunting feeling of fatigue. Excuse me. Much coffee had been downed, not enough to wake up the crowd. These coffee houses always had gallons of the brown sludge, and the attendees were hardcore addicts, able to sleep on 12 cups. I myself couldn't tell the effects of caffeine from adrenaline. Usually I read of these things, my own bloated opinion, answers to the meaning of life, some of my conquests, bullshit like that. The past performer had the voice of an angel, sweet enough to summon a god. However, each of the 8 songs she sang sounded identical. Each note she squeezed forth possessed the same tone, pitch, whatever. Honey sweet. Even her vague attempts at tackling the issues of the day were honey sweet. God, she said, was a she. Trite. The whole issue about one God, the one God, having gender, was best left to school children playing doctor. It was almost as sweet as one believing in a supreme being in the first place. If God exists, especially the Christian one, he's just another layer of this illusion we call reality. And even then, only the ones who believe in him being a grammatically correct version of the more appropriate term it, will see him. Even Zeus, sitting in his throne in Olympus, can get terminally sick of nectar. Sweetness often has no personality except sweetness, and this audience of future gods tanked on Java was growing weary of the songbird, so tired of her deceiving sense of talent. A parrot would have a better chance at fame because it would have a larger vocabulary. But then, I'm a cynic, a bitter old man. "Smells like you've been smoking," a boy with a walkie-talkie said to me. "I hope you know this is a no-smoking area. There's no smoking allowed in the building." How sweet. I got 10 years to life for breaking the poor bastard's neck. He was still oblivious and smiling when he died. I wasn't. Oh well.